Ancient Greece wasn't just about marble statues and philosophy. It was a world of raw human struggle, where gods walked among mortals and every choice carried cosmic weight. Today, we're diving into two of the greatest tragedies ever written, Medea and the Oresteia, to uncover lessons that still burn with relevance in our modern world. These aren't just old stories. They're mirrors held up to the darkest and brightest parts of human nature. Before we begin, let's set the stage. 5th century Athens is the birthplace of Western drama, where thousands gather in open-air theaters carved into hillsides. Here, playwrights like Euripides and Aeschylus don't just entertain. They challenge their audiences to confront the most terrifying questions about justice, family, and what it means to be human. The Greeks understood something we often forget, that the line between civilization and chaos is thinner than we'd like to believe. We start with Medea, a woman of divine death and terrifying power. She's not just any woman. She's a sorceress, a princess, a granddaughter of the sun god Helios himself. When she met Jason, the famous hero seeking the Golden Fleece, she betrayed her own father and country for love. She used her magic to help Jason succeed, even killing her own brother to ensure their escape. This is a woman who gave up everything, who crossed every line because she believed in Jason's sacred oath to love her forever. But Jason is weak. When the opportunity arises to marry a young Greek princess and gain political power, he abandons Medea and their 2 children. He breaks his vow, the most sacred bond in Greek culture. For Medea, this isn't just heartbreak, it's annihilation. In a world where a woman's identity comes through her husband, where she's already an outsider, a barbarian in Greek eyes, this betrayal strips away everything she has. Medea faces a choice that defines her entire existence. She can accept her fate, fade into obscurity, become invisible, or she can make Jason feel the pain he's inflicted on her. She chooses fire. She chooses to become the storm that destroys everything in its path. First, she sends poisoned gifts to Jason's new bride, lives both the princess and her father in agonizing flames. But that's not enough. To truly wound Jason, to cut him in the deepest place possible, she does the unthinkable. She finishes life, their own children. The lesson Medea teaches us is brutal and necessary. Passion is a double-edged sword. The Greeks called it thumos, that spirited part of the soul that drives ambition, courage, and pride. When thumos is balanced, it makes heroes. When it consumes everything else, it creates monsters. Medea chose her rage over her own humanity. She teaches us that a heart fueled only by vengeance eventually destroys the very things it loves most. She wins her revenge, yes, but she loses her soul in the process. She becomes exactly what Jason accused her of being, a barbarian, incapable of civilized restraint. Now we shift from one person's tragedy to an entire family cursed by violence. Welcome to the house of Atreus, where the cycle of blood vengeance has lasted for generations. This is the world of the Oresteia, Aeschylus's masterpiece trilogy that traces how humanity finally breaks free from the prison of endless retribution. King Agamemnon returns home victorious from the Trojan War, but his hands are stained with unforgivable blood. 10 years earlier, when his fleet was trapped by unfavorable winds, he made a choice that would doom his family. He sacrificed his own daughter, Iphigenia, on an altar to appease the goddess Artemis. He chose power and glory over his child's life. His wife, Clytemnestra, never forgave him. For 10 years, she waited, her rage growing colder and sharper. When Agamemnon finally walks through his palace doors, Clytemnestra is ready. She welcomes him with false warmth, prepares a bath for the weary king. Then, while he's vulnerable and trapped in the bathtub, she strikes. She murders him with an axe, along with his war prize, the Trojan princess Cassandra. Clytemnestra stands over the bodies, defiant. She declares her justice. He finished life her daughter, so she finished life of him. By the ancient law of blood for blood, she's right. But the cycle doesn't end there. It never does. Agamemnon and Clytemnestra's son Orestes faces an impossible choice. The god Apollo himself commands Orestes to avenge his father by finish mother life. But the ancient Furies, terrifying goddesses who punish those who spill family blood, will torment anyone who commits matricide. Orestes is caught between two divine laws that contradict each other. He chooses to obey Apollo. He finished life of Clytemnestra. The lesson of Agamemnon's story cuts deep. Violence is a circle, not a line. If we live by the law of an eye for an eye, the whole world ends up blind. Each act of revenge feels justified to the person committing it. Clytemnestra avenged Iphigenia. Orestes avenged Agamemnon. But where does it stop? The Oresteia shows us that someone has to have the courage to break the cycle, to say enough. This brings us to the breakthrough, the moment that changes everything. The Furies pursue Orestes, driving him to madness. He flees to Athens seeking sanctuary. And here, the goddess Athena does something revolutionary. Instead of simply declaring who's right and who's wrong, she establishes the first court of law. She gathers 12 Athenian citizens to serve as jurors. She transforms personal vengeance into public justice. The trial is deadlocked. 6 jurors vote guilty, 6 vote innocent. Athena casts the deciding vote. She votes to acquit Orestes, establishing the principle that ties go to the defendant. But more importantly, she doesn't just free Orestes. She transforms the Furies themselves. She offers them a new role, not as agents of vengeance, but as protectors of justice. They become the Eumenides, the kindly ones, guardians of the new legal order. This is the final and most important lesson. We are not slaves to our fate or our rage. Like Athena, we can choose logos, reason, over chaos. We can move from the dark forest of vengeance into the golden light of law. The establishment of the court represents humanity's greatest achievement, the ability to channel our destructive impulses into constructive systems. Justice isn't found in a sword. It's found in a jury, in deliberation, in the hard work of weighing evidence and arguments. The Greeks understood that civilization is fragile. It requires constant effort to maintain. Every day we face the choice between Medea's fire and Athena's wisdom. When someone wrongs us, do we seek to destroy them, or do we seek justice through proper channels? When our emotions rage, do we let thumos consume us, or do we engage our reason? These ancient myths aren't relics, they're living wisdom. Medea shows us the cost of uncontrolled passion. The Oresteia shows us both the trap of endless vengeance and the path to escape it. Together they map the journey from primitive blood feuds to civilized society. They remind us that justice is a choice, not an instinct. It's something we must actively create and maintain. So which one are you today? Are you Medea, burning with righteous anger but risking everything you love? Are you trapped in a cycle like the house of Atreus, unable to break free from old patterns of hurt and retaliation? Or are you Athena, choosing reason over rage, building systems that serve everyone rather than feeding your own fury? The choice is always ours. That's the gift and the burden these ancient Greeks left us. We can be better than our worst impulses. We can choose the light,